Hello, I'm Philip Stoughton. I'm here at Productronica 2019 on the Scoop Studio, and I'm joined by Thomas from ASM and Mitch from Cogiscan. Guys, thanks so much for joining me. There's been stuff in the media about partnership between you guys and various things going on, and I know recently you've also partnered with Critical Manufacturing, which is a company you're also invested and involved in, so it's great to have you both here and talk a little bit about the collaboration. Thomas, can you start by telling me how important it is for you to be connected to other companies in the industry and to collaborate with them in a way that's productive for your customers?
Well, we're working on a smart factory, and connectivity is one of the biggest topics for a smart factory, to connect different companies together, let it be machine vendors as well as software vendors. We're also strongly driving for standards because we believe in standards as the best way to connect different people together speaking the same language. And that's why we are supporting CFX and Hermes. We're using that to connect other vendors to our own software, and we are also using that to connect our software and machine portfolio to, for example, MES systems or other software systems. And for us, there was a big decision: do it all ourselves or find a competent partner who can support us in providing CFX connectivity for our portfolio.
Okay, and tell me how you selected Cogiscan and how that relationship's been.
Well, it's always about make or buy, so build up the competence in our company or use someone who's doing integration for many years, successfully doing that. And we found Cogiscan not only because of CFX connectivity, but also for other experience, other projects we had already done with Cogiscan about connecting our integration platform, which is ASM OIB, to any kind of third-party software or MES solutions. And besides that, we also have Critical Manufacturing, our MES system, which needed connectivity to SMT machines. You know, Critical Manufacturing is coming from the semiconductor market. They have a lot of experience, and now they are also serving the SMT market, which requires them to connect to other machine vendors and other software systems. And we found Cogiscan as one of the big integration partners in the industry to help us with that.
Okay, and Mitch, from your point of view, obviously connectivity is what you do. It's what you've always done. It's a key part of how you make smart factory happen, and it's almost regardless of protocol, regardless of standard, regardless of machine, regardless of software, you've got to get it all connected. Tell me a bit about that, and also about the engagement that you have here with ASM.
Certainly, yeah. I mean, our background in traceability projects directly for the electronics manufacturing industry and our 20 years of history of doing that has enabled us to build up an extensive amount of experience in facing all sorts of different connectivity challenges, and we also believe in standards. At the same time, there's a variety of older standards, pre-existing standards, sometimes sector-specific standards like SexGem in the semicon industry, for example. And by doing all of these traceability projects over the years, we've built up this library, which is basically the culmination of prior projects we've done and the experience we've developed over the years. By serving partners like ASM, we give them access to our experience in that. Really, our goal is to be an extension of their software team. And so in being an extension, we try to ensure that we avoid any overlap with their existing software tools and just help them meet challenges that, as Thomas said, are make versus buy decisions. They have an extremely talented group of software engineers who could make all of these solutions possible, but at the same time, we already have a lot of the adapters built up to enable these connectivity solutions to become reality faster. And so by them leveraging what we've already done, it helps us provide value to them. And we're very excited about the partnership. They're a market leader. They have a very clear strategy towards enabling their customers to develop smart factories. The critical manufacturing investment is an example of that. So we couldn't be more happy than to be on their partner list and working with them in this manner.
Yeah, and Thomas, collaboration is really important. It's a complex ecosystem for manufacturers. There's a lot of pieces of software to put together. There's a lot of machines to put together. So having partners in the industry that can really accelerate things for your customers is important. Tell me a bit about the experience of once you chose to work with Cogiscan, about the experience you've had on the engagement.
Well, we are looking for a fast solution. It is not only adding value to us. I think the most important thing is finally adding the value to our customers and doing that as soon as possible. CFX is I would say, young standard. It was released beginning of this year, but we see already a lot of market demand for that. And that's why we chose a partner like Cogiscan in this case to help us bring it fast to the market. Not after several years. We already have the first projects and we are already working with Cogiscan to serve our first customers. And that was one of the reasons, because Cogiscan has this integration platform, and for them maybe it was only a small step. For our customers it's a big step to get very soon, already within this year, a first solution with the CFX, and that was one of the main drivers why we chose Cogiscan.
Okay, that makes sense, and it's a really valuable addition to your portfolio, and as you say, accelerating smart factory to market for your customers really delivers for them, because we're now at a point where people actually want to get value out of it and not just talk about how it's done.
Yes, so there's I think a switch now in the kind how people or customers want to work. They no longer want to deal with a lot of different interfaces or adapters or whatever, and CFX will be solving that gap, and that's why we are using a partner to make quick progress, and we have a lot of our big customers who are looking into that. So it is not just something a little bit starting. I think it is a big start now for something to come, and I'm convinced this will become an industry standard that is very well established throughout the whole industry, and Cogiscan will help us to serve this.
Yeah, and Mitch, acceleration of that smart factory and moving past the how and getting onto the why and adding value is really important.
It absolutely is, and now we're hitting the fun part where a lot of these big companies have they've been studying their smart factory game plan for a couple of years, and now the tire is hitting the road. Projects are happening, and walking into a factory to see what otherwise would be disparate and autonomous systems now exchanging data, presenting actionable information to the operators to respond to issues faster and solve problems quicker. Now we're seeing the real benefits of this type of thing. So I think the acceleration curve is really going to take off from this point forward.
Yeah, and once you connect and once you collaborate, that's when the magic starts and you can deliver the value to your customers. Gentlemen, thanks for stopping by to chat. Absolute pleasure as always to talk to you, and enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Mitch.